Hey, yo. Have you ever been in a Zoom call or something where you're talking and then they're like, buddy, you're muted. Yeah. Happens all the time around here. Happy Monday, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the show. As always, I am your host, David Burrows. My mother always called me David, right? Glad to have you here and enjoying the sunshine. And I don't know why it is. We in the broadcasting business rely on our throats a lot, right? Radio, voice actors, and it's just a thing. Right before we go live, I forgot to ahem. So I have my water here, fortunately. Lots of water. How you enjoying the weather? Hello, nice. Mother Nature, well, if you ride two wheels like me, or even if you don't, and you just like the warm weather, Mother Nature's kind of been teasing us a little bit. You know, like earlier March, I think March 3rd was my first ride on the motorcycle. I had to do that because I needed to make my brother-in-law, Scott, jealous because he got out before me on his last year. So I was determined this year that I was going to get out before him. Because he took a picture last year with snow in the background, riding his bike, and sent it to me. And I'm like, really? So guess what I did this year? Took a picture with snow in the background, but out riding my bike. And I'm just really proud of him because he got loud pipes finally. If you're watching, Scott, how you doing? It's been a good weekend, though. Like, I know we got out for a ride with some friends and enjoying the weather. And I don't know what's going on. Do you know what's going on? Because I don't know what's going on. Stay-at-home order. I mean, yeah, we're out riding, and then you go into the bridge and you see all kinds of people there enjoying French fries and lining up, and I don't know. What if? If? Well, what if? I don't know. And I know I talk a lot about stay home, behave, but it's all who knows, right? But we have been extended to. Who knows has been extended till June 2nd. So I guess we just have to do our best to behave out there. So let's go to the comments and say hello. Of course, Danny, do you not work anymore? Like you're always here, or are you working from office? Or how does that work for you? Are you doing appointments? Danny works at Nissan here. Happy Monday. Good afternoon to you. Hope your family's doing well. And wherever you are watching from, I'd like to know who's watching. Just say hello in the comments and let me know where you're watching from. We often get people from all over the world watching us here. So you never know. It's different everywhere, and it's just interesting times, right? But that being said, lots of people still doing nice things for each other. And at the end of the day, we just need to be kind to each other. My friend Michelle Dion, I think it was probably last week when I just did one of my one of my random lives on my personal timeline, and Michelle showed up, or maybe it was here last week, I can't remember. Anyway, she's doing tie-dye, and Danny Cacciamilio thought it would be cool if she gave me a tie-dye tie. A tie-dye tie? Is that a thing? And she's making me a tie-dye shirt as well. So look what showed up in my mailbox today. I got this, and Michelle made that for me. She said she even tried to get all the colors of the show in there and everything. So no, I didn't put it on today because I got the tie on, but I am going to take pictures of this and I'm going to wear it very proudly. I have tried it on, fits wonderfully. And Michelle Dion left that in my mailbox. I did say that if she made me the shirt, and Danny Cacciamilio recommended her making me a tie-dye tie. She said she's going to make me a tie. I said if she did that I would donate $50 to a cause to my, she said, to my choice. So there you go. I will do that. And I'll tell you who in just a minute. Oh, you're at your desk and it's by appointment only. And you're watching me. So you have no appointments apparently, unless you're sitting there with people buying a car going, look at this guy. I know him. Yeah. So thank you very much. I'm very grateful for that, Michelle. And it looks wonderful. And I will wear it and enjoy that very much. And I'm looking forward to the tie-dye tie. I just like saying tie-dye tie. Everybody say it, tie-dye tie. There's got to be a hit song, one hit wonder song in there. I got my tie-dye tie. Okay. No, I'm just sounding silly. I do want to say thank you. I usually do this at the end, but I have your attention more at the beginning. So I want to say thank you to all the supporters that come around and support me here. Philly Cheese Jake Chersky, 988 Confederation Street. Of course, everybody knows who he is. And if you don't know who he is, then you just need to go to 988 Confed and support Jake Chersky down at Philly Cheese Jakes. Active Ears Hearing Centers. Thank you to Christine Fiji. Not only is she a supporter on the show, look at this. I even got a pen. I got an Active Ears pen. Wonderful. Christine, if you're watching, thank you so much for all your support that you've given me here. And then Hughes Intelligence Security Specialist, Barry, thanks to you and your team. Huron Signs SWO, I say it every week. I will say it every week. They've been supporting me from the beginning of the show, 10 years. We're coming up on 10 years for the show in November. So some kind of party. I don't know what, obviously, but some kind of party. And I've got a few things planned for that as well that hopefully announce in the next couple of weeks that you'll be able to participate in helping me celebrate 10 years of the show. I'm hoping to get some people from the past that have been on the show that I haven't talked to in a while, maybe some funny clips. Episode 1 of the show is still on YouTube. If you go to my YouTube channel and just episode 1, you'll probably look at that and go, what the heck was he thinking? Wow. And then look at what we got going on now. So thanks here on Signs SWO for all your support. Joe's Discount Tire. Got to have the right tires on there. And my dear friends and fellow motorcycle enthusiasts at Oswald's Diner, the Oswald's Diner Company, great supporters to many things in our community as well. And you want to talk about supporting local, there is all those companies supporting me here on my local show, my little local show, right? Ronnie Fraser, how you doing out there, buddy? You're doing okay, right? And I did want to say back shout out to Michelle before I forget. So there's a Facebook page that you can order this hippie gear. It's Hippie Gear Sarnia, and they're making the tie-dye shirts, and they've got a whole list of merchandise for hippie gear that you can order from them. So shout out to my friend Michelle again for making that happen. And I'm really excited to wear that. Yeah. Not too long ago, we did the local shopping spree working together with #Local and the Inn of the Good Shepherd. Now, #Local put together the local shopping spree and in a very unique way. Now, if you didn't catch the telethon that I did for them a few weeks ago, we did a live telethon with some great local artists and other comedians, etc., in there to encourage you to purchase your $25 tickets for a chance to win a total of $50,000 in total prizes for the prize board. And what's unique about this event is that the Inn of the Good Shepherd and many organizations often go to local businesses and say, would you please donate? Would you please donate? But because of the way the pandemic has affected so many, #Local wanted to put together something that supported the Inn of the Good Shepherd and local businesses. So the Inn of the Good Shepherd actually purchased the prizes from 35 different local businesses. That's right. Purchased them at full face value. So supporting 35 local businesses. And now you, by purchasing a $25 ticket, or tickets, I should say, I got mine in the mail last week. I purchased my 2 tickets. You're also supporting the Inn of the Good Shepherd to help them pay for those prizes that you get a great chance of winning. And it's so much, 35 local businesses. Because of the pandemic, I guess they're probably saying, but ticket sales have been a little bit slower than they would have liked. So they just announced a new draw date. It was originally going to be the end of May, but the new draw date for the local shopping spree will be August 31st at 12 o'clock noon time. All the tickets that have already been purchased still remain valid. So hang on to those tickets. Or maybe you thought of someone else that could use a ticket. Now you've got some more time to purchase those tickets. The local shopping spree supporting 35 local businesses and the Inn of the Good Shepherd. Now, the Inn of the Good Shepherd, first thing we often think of is food, right? Well, that need is certainly there, and it's an ongoing, but they have several other services that they offer as well, like helping people with their taxes, hydro bills, etc., learning life skills, all available at the Inn of the Good Shepherd. And Miles Vanny has taught me well to explain the need for food. If you picture a 20 by 40 swimming pool, an empty 20 by 40 swimming pool needs to be filled every single month in order to meet the need. That was before the pandemic. Now the pandemic is here, double that. And that's the need that is needed for so many people in our community. So great to support the Inn of the Good Shepherd and supporting those local businesses as well. And thanks again to #local and Sarnia supporting and I can't talk today. Supporting Sarnia and surrounding businesses. Say that 5 times fast, for being a part of the telethon that was there as well. And I had a lot of fun putting that on, and really enjoyed the entertainment. That's floating around somewhere on Facebook. It'll be on my Facebook page in case you missed all of that. So thanks again, #local. Again, August 31st for the final there. Okay, now something that I'm involved in and also very dear to my heart is the Alzheimer's Association of Sarnia-Lambton, and I am proud once again for the second year to be the ambassador for the IG Wealth Management Walk for Alzheimer's. My father suffered from dementia and Alzheimer's, and so many others do as well. And we're walking our way through the month of May, 9,000 steps, and we've already begun. We've done over 9,000 already. But myself and my family and my team, Ross's Rockin' Rebels, we're walking in honor of my father this year. And there's links available on my Facebook if you would be interested in donating. I would certainly appreciate that. Our goal for a team is $2,000. And some of you might get the privilege of me sending a link directly to your messenger and asking you for some support as well. So if you can, awesome. If you can't, that's okay too. We still just want to create the awareness of the Alzheimer's Society here in Sarnia-Lambton, and not just how they help those who suffer from the disease, but how they support those families who are looking for some guidance and help along the way of dealing with Alzheimer's. And I think then that's going to end at the end of May. So you're going to see more pictures from that as well. Back to the comments for just a moment. There's Barry Loxton. Hello, Barry. And hey, Billy Yurchuk bought my shopping spree ticket. Right on, Billy. Thanks so much for doing that. All right. Well, we want to go out into the community and, with the warm weather coming along and tourism, everything is just so different. And we've been seeing some funding coming from the government, but now a recent announcement came out about new grants from the government. And we reached out to Mark Perrin from the Ontario's Blue Coast, or Tourism Sarnia-Lambton, I should say, joining us to talk more about what is this all about. Mark, how you doing?
Hey, Dave, doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. You know me, like I got the motorcycle, that keeps me happy. I got my drone, that keeps me happy. I got everything that keeps me happy, and it's warmer outside. So I really got nothing to complain about.
Good. No, that's and we're staying busy. It's obviously not exactly what we're used to on promoting within, as we've been doing hyper local tourism for the past year and throughout the pandemic. But we're hoping to open that up real soon, and just hopefully the lockdowns don't keep extending too much farther into summer. But there's different programs coming out. The government last week announced a new Ontario Tourism and Travel Small Business Grants, and they essentially took the small business grant that was out last April, and they've done 2 rounds of that, and they opened the parameters up for a little more seasonality of businesses, which is a lot of our tourism and travel operators. So it expands the program. We're still connecting with our partners to see who can all take advantage of it, because if you receive the prior funding, you are not able to receive this funding. So a couple stipulations on it, but we're hoping that everyone that can possibly be supported from this in Sarnia-Lambton takes advantage of it and applies for it.
Right. So I guess it's just a larger scope here, or just did the government miss some people in there the first time around, or people that have already looked at this? Well, I've already got that. So who is this for?
Yeah, so I mean, there's an extensive list of kind of who it is, but I mean, summer, I would sum it up by saying kind of more of your summer and seasonality businesses would be the main ones. They've opened the parameters. So before it was April financial statements showing more than 20% lost in revenues. Now that's extended to July of 2020 compared to 2019 financial statements. So same, just creating new parameters that hopefully make more of these businesses eligible for between $10,000 to $20,000 in funding.
Right. Well, that's certainly going to be helpful to many. I mean, the government's recognizing, obviously, suffering times right now, and lots of money is being spent to keep things afloat. Beyond this, though, the scope of money, tourism Sarnia-Lambton, you guys need money to stay afloat as well.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing what we can, but it's all about supporting the local businesses and, all our partners. We've really focused on the accommodations, the restaurants, the attractions, and how we can keep them going. We came out last summer with the Discover Sarnia-Lambton voucher rewards program, and that was a huge success, creating almost $6 million in economic impact from the voucher program. And we looked at how do we kind of extend that, and it's been very successful with the gift card program. So in December we launched gift cards, which is essentially we're the same way of how we kind of internally can provide to those businesses some value. So it's been working good. We're closing in on $150,000 in those gift cards being sold, and with Father's Day around the corner, we're going to be promoting it again for that. And just they're great gifts. Businesses have been taking advantage, and we've had lots of people using for the different occasions and celebrations. And that's the main focus. We're going hyper local. We're kind of on the edge right now on what the summer is going to look like. It's changes almost weekly.
You mean you didn't bring a crystal ball with you here today?
No, I wish, right? If we were back a few months ago, we would have said, hey, we're wide open in promoting. But, we do still have lots of things going on in the community. We have a fishing tournament that starts June 4th that runs for 2 weeks. And we have Rib Fest on Father's Day weekend, and that's going to be a drive-through. And, there's things that are going to continually pop up that are new and innovative and continuing on. And, we just we got to get through this hopefully for a few more months, and then be clear and back to normal for good.
A few more months.
Well,
I know what you mean though. Like we're all hopeful, and we've been extended stay at home right now till June 2nd, I think it is, right? And it's certainly frustrating times for many. We've all talked about it. We've had these conversations. It's been a real adaptation for a lot of people, and the tourism Sarnia-Lambton, you guys have done a great job at adapting, like you say, the program for the gift card program. Are you hopeful, I guess you would be, to see some funding to be able to do that again throughout the rest of this year?
Yeah, that's what we're looking at right now is we have an application in. We're just waiting to hear back on, how that funding will be dispersed. And, hopefully we're successful in that. If not, though, we do have plans to do that program again, roll it out probably midsummer. It just depends, if it's coming out of kind of budget A or budget B. And there's different, obviously, levels of what budget A and budget B have. So once we can figure out exactly the budget parameters, then we're able to roll it out and get it out there. But we also want to time this stuff right. I mean, we have another program with Cheers to the Coast for the beer and winery tour that we have. We've updated that whole program, and we're just on the edge of, really it was going to be released on the 20th, and we've postponed that now to, hopefully be the 2nd or 3rd, and kind of announce these things when it's not a stay-at-home order and people can get out and explore and, support all these businesses, whether it's sitting on their patios or, face-to-face instead of necessarily the takeout model and staying at home.
It certainly makes it difficult to plan ahead, right? I mean, I guess it's a good thing there's, 26 letters of the alphabet, so we have a plan A, B, C, and so on. But have you found this I know a lot of places have said, it's really forced us to be more creative and look at, we get comfortable in our ways sometimes. Oh, we'll do that thing again because it worked, and we'll keep doing it. But was that the same thing with you and your team? Was we were like forced you into a corner to say, we really need to turn it up a notch on our brains and come up with something unique to keep things going?
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's how did we adapt and pivot? And, I think before we've never really looked at this hyper local kind of concept of, how do we encourage people from Sarnia-Lambton to get out to the Sarnia-Lambton attractions or stay the night in a hotel locally. And, it's really things that were out of the elements, but, we've done a great job. Sarnia-Lambton as a whole, we have a lot of other communities who've have called and reached out on saying, hey, what are you guys doing down there? Because economically, you guys are surviving, and the business closure rates around Sarnia-Lambton aren't as high as other places, and that's all because of the supporting local campaigns that many of us are doing throughout the community. And it's just the more you hear it, and the more organizations that have been focused on it, the more supporting local truly is happening, and enabling everyone to stay afloat and surviving through the pandemic.
Yeah. Speaking of, people reaching out, I mean, this year was the first, I guess, virtual tourism conference, right? And somebody like me and yourself have been the last few years. I was like, wow, it worked, but I still can't wait to do it in person, right? But you guys were recognized for several different things there as well.
We were, yeah. We are actually nominated with our Discover Sarnia-Lambton rewards program there as top experience in Southwestern Ontario, and locally, Rocking the Runway. They were nominated for Innovative Event of the Year, with that kind of changing to a drive-in concept from a festival. And it's great to see it. Again, we've done a great job here. We just got to keep going, keep kind of pushing into the next few weeks, and then let's turn the corner, and we're excited. I mean, we're working on. We have the curling championship that is still hopeful. We have been in talks with some other events looking to come in, and I think 2022, as much as it's painful to say 2022 is not far away, it's people are excited to get out and be able to do things again, and whether that's going to restaurants, going to hotels, bringing people here, just our waterfront and so on. We're ready. We're going to have plans for every month, and new exciting things happening. And Sarnia-Lambton's definitely being marketed as a hot spot in Ontario to visit.
Well, it's a beautiful place to live, and it's just as beautiful to visit, right? And again, I think our beaches were recognized once again as the top 5 in, was it Ontario or Canada? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, in Ontario, so blue flag status again. So, receiving that for both Grand Bend and Canatera. Those are honors that other communities could only wish they could achieve.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I mean, we're so fortunate with that. And, again, we're fielding lots of questions on people wanting to come down to those beaches, and, hey, when are they opened, and where can I find a place to stay? And there's lots of interest, and I think it's going to explode sooner or later here when they do say, hey, we can release whether that's the color code system or however it is that we get out of things. But sooner or later here, we're ready to go, and it's going to explode and be really good for our Sarnia-Lambton community.
Hopefully sooner than later. I think you wouldn't even have to take a vote on that one.
No.
But let's talk about a little bit, moving forward to that day when we see, a Blue Water Border Fest again, or other concerts and other events. We just heard some other cancellations, like Blue Water Health had to put off the Trues again, and all that. That's still frustrating. But when that time comes back where we can say, here we go, here's the, do you want to be the first concert in town, or do you want to wait and see how, is it going to be super overwhelming, do you think? Do you have any predictions on how you think people are going to react to that first concert?
Yeah, you know what? We've been looking at a few different places that have opened up. So, I mean, even on our conference call, we've talked to places like New Zealand, who have already opened and doing events, and what that initial impact was like. And there's a committee for Southwestern Ontario that we're a part of that's kind of involved in the planning and looking at how we do things kind of safely, but how we can, essentially get back to that normal for the event atmosphere. And, I think there's going to be obviously the built up demand for it. Everyone's craving, just getting out. I think, you're going to look and you're going to see probably increases in everything. I hope it's a great season for the OHL. They
right.
definitely need a great season, and, all of our local events, it's going to be all about how we support them, because everyone that's tried to weather the storm, right? The first year, it's kind of okay. We got through, but definitely this year, everyone's taking a beating, right? Going 2 years for a lot of these events and community festivals, the fall fairs, it's it's challenging, right? You start losing some volunteers, you start, getting out of the sync of, your annual event process. So it's going to be really important that everyone gets together and supports each other. And, I think that's going to be the key. How do you collaborate? How do you work together? And, if our community can do that with all of our events, then we're going to succeed and have people coming here for everything. And our locals are going to attend and stay local. That's going to be a big part too. We still want to, drive home that support local message, but there's lots to do. We'll be front and center and marketing. Hey, get down to Sarnia-Lambton for whatever's going on. Let's pack our hotel rooms and get our economy moving in, an upwards trend to compete against everyone else.
Yeah, in a good way for sure. Well, and I talk about, my wife, for example, she plays pool. Like even the pool, there was a major pool tournament that was held here at the Holiday Inn every year, and that disappeared, and that brought in like 1,000 players from as far away as and all edges of Ontario, right? So
it's funny because in looking at numbers and doing comparisons, when we take the 2020 January hotel numbers and then compare them to, 2000, it would be going 2020 before the lockdown, then we compare them now to 2021. We're 16% of what was here in 20%. So, to give that an idea, obviously flip it around and, we're looking at 84% decrease in hotel room stays, right, during the pandemic. So, I mean, that's just 1 month of data, but you just kind of get a feel of, these businesses are hanging on, and we need to get going and really support and help them out. And that's going to be across the board in a lot of our industries, right? We can, but it's time, hopefully very soon, that we can get out there and see everything boom back to how it should be.
Well, like I said, hopefully sooner than later. And Mark, you and your team, I know you and I talk often, so you and your team doing a great job. Just one more before I let you go and move on. How is the team, and what kind of things have you had to do to keep that excitement alive around the office, or the virtual office, I guess I should say?
Yeah, you know what? We're pretty fortunate. I mean, our team is very invested into tourism Sarnia-Lambton, and a lot of our staff have been here for a number of years and have seen kind of the ups and downs, and everyone wants to get back in the office. It's funny, even saying, hey, our office is closed, you can go in if you need to, but we really have to work from home as well. We'll find days like today where we have, I think, all but one staff who are in the office at one time. So it's we're all excited to just get back. And I mean, we've all been working so hard through this with all our programming. It's amazing the level of work that has gone into something like a voucher program or gift cards, the administration piece to make those things work, and just getting out the marketing materials and kind of keeping on, right? So it's challenging, but we're finding a way to do it, and credit to the whole team. We're working hard, and the results are going to show once things open up. Just we're in a great position locally compared to a lot of other DMOs and places to get the ball rolling right away.
Right on. Mark, thanks so much for your time. I know you're still busy and talking in New Zealand and stuff, so I appreciate you giving us 15 minutes of your time here today, and we'll look forward to having you back again soon.
Absolutely. Thanks, Dave. And thank you again for all the support you're doing, talking about all the different support local methods and everything going on. I definitely check my news feed and see it, and it's not lost on all the efforts, because without us all working collaboratively, it doesn't happen. So thanks again for all your efforts.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. Mark Perrin from Tourism Sarnia-Lambton, Ontario's Blue Coast, talking about some new opportunities to see the Ontario government providing some one-time payments of $10,000 to $20,000. To get more of that information, just go to tourismsarnialambton.ca, and you'll be able to send an email off to Mark and his team, and they'll get back to you with all the information required to apply and get those grants. They're grants, not loans, so worth looking into for sure. All right. Well, in this time of, I guess, need, we're always in a time of need, and lots of different people need something at some point. And even pre-COVID, we needed to do the things to support our communities. And my next guest is someone I love to connect myself with because he is definitely the guy who loves to get back in his community and he loves to help people. Please welcome Adam Dumont. How you doing?
Hey, man. How you doing? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear, man.
Awesome.
You were, did we get you off the exercise bike today?
Yeah, you know what? I had to take the kid to the dentist there. And so when I got back, I completely forgot what time it was. So I apologize. But no, I did my ride. Yeah, I'm here. I did my ride earlier today. And just training up for this big trek we got going on.
Yeah, well, I saw this. Well, you sent me a text, and I got to take my time to donate there. But it's true what I said. I love connecting with someone like you because your heart is genuinely into the community, and you're always looking for unique ways to come up with those ideas that give someone some entertainment value, but at the same time support a good cause. And now we're talking about we're going to help you hike for shelter.
That's right. Yeah, it's. Roy LePage, who I work for, has been putting on these hikes for a number of years. And this year, because of COVID, they're staying local-ish in Canada. So we're going to the Purcell Mountains out in BC. And it's going to be, a little bit of a, culture shock in the sense that, no cell phones. And it'll be 6 days, 100 kilometers, and it's pretty rugged stuff. And what's different about this trek as opposed to their other treks is they used to have porters that would carry your equipment and stuff like that throughout the terrain and carry your shelter, your tents, or food for the 6 days. Anyway, we're all doing that ourselves. So this is a little bit more intense than the other hikes. It's going to test us. And so they're only letting people in that have kind of already said that they're going to train and be able to carry their weight, kind of thing. So anyway, what better? So
you're on the hook.
Yeah. You know what's crazy though? I'm doing this thing called the Army diet. I don't know if you guys have ever heard it.
Oh.
But it's a very strict diet. You just eat what they tell you to eat, and it's like 3 days, 4 days, and in about a week you lose 10 pounds, and you don't no exercising, anything. I tried it for 1 week. I lost I think 8 pounds, and then I've done it a second week, and I'm starting my third week right now. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Just to give me something, a little carrot on the stick out there. If I don't lose the weight, I'm not going to get through the trek, kind of thing. So It's always nice to kind of get yourself in shape, especially during, everyone's got the COVID-19 pounds right now, right?
Well, that's really great though that it works like that because a lot of times like, well, oh yeah, okay, well I'll do that. Yeah, a fundraiser, sure. I'll ask people for money because that's my cause and it's dear to my heart. Yeah, okay. But when you're on the hook, like, wow, it's really a huge commitment. Like I have to lose the weight, I have to be in shape, I got to do this, or I can't do. So it kind of and then you end up being more healthy than you were before you started. So it's kind of win for everybody, right?
I do like that. It has pushed me a bit. It's good. My kids see me down there sweating my butt off on that Peloton bike. And, I hired a trainer. I'm going to start working with him tomorrow and try to get, lose the dad bod here a bit and try to get back into what used to be Adam Dumont back in the university days. So,
right.
But no Sarnia Sings this year again. So it's disappointing, but I still have that urge to, get out there and do something.
I know.
Anyway, this is a selection, and they pick agents. Like I don't know how many agents apply for this across Canada, but anyway, I was one of the lucky ones to get selected. It's not just sign up and you get to go. It's like a draft lottery kind of thing. And anyway, so I was lucky. I applied to the previous one, which was through the Sahara Desert, and I didn't get picked. So really disappointing. And but this one in the Purcell Mountains in BC, I did get picked. So really happy. And, it's for a great cause. Obviously, women's shelters across the country are going to benefit from stuff like this. 80% of the money that I raise will stay here locally to our women's shelter. The other 20% will go to national initiatives across the country to help all across the board. So it's kind of good and helps, other local shelters as well, especially with COVID. I don't know. It gets kind of dark talking about some of the stuff, and everyone kind of sheltering the lockdown. It hasn't helped with
Adam, I can
women
tell
against
you,
violence.
I've been doing the mental health show, and we've done about 14 episodes, and the last one that we did was about the women's interval home here, and we've talked about mental health, which of course Sarnia Singh supports as well.
Yeah.
And in the beginning of it all, it was kind of like those people that work in that field, they were like, we're not hearing from anybody. That really scares us. And then all of a sudden, it's like tripled. And then what do we do, and how do we handle it with virtual and everything else, right? So there's certainly a need in our community.
Yeah. So like, just thanking you to have me on just to talk about it, because people don't realize that there's people in need out there that aren't really asking for help. There's no social gatherings for anyone to maybe reach out and ask for help either. So they're kind of stuck in a little bit of a prison scenario, and it's a little scary. So just reaching out and knowing that there's people out there that will help you, kind of thing, is a big deal. But so yeah, that's the biggest thing, is try to get the word out. There's people out there that need help, and the interval home definitely needs some money every year. So we're happy to put my name behind that.
Well, it's one of those things too, that unless you're in the situation, you maybe don't think about it. It can be dark days.
Well, and to be honest, everyone's got their plate full already, right? Like, look, to be honest, I'm not taking anything away from anybody. Like, I got 3 kids. I'm basically the principal right now, like trying to keep 3 kids on their computers, and we're all in that, right? So, the fundraising side of most people are going to shows or doing it. It's not really there anymore as much as it used to be, because everyone's plate's full with just dealing with their own stuff and trying to get their shot, and dealing with family and friends. And so yeah, I totally get it, but at the same time, we can't forget that people out there need help.
Well, you just I don't know how much you heard me say to Mark Perrin there. Like, it's kind of forced us to be creative and figure out other ways to keep that funding going. And I'm like, you and I have talked about different ways to, how can we do this Sarnia Sings thing? Can we make it work? And I know we haven't given up on that. We'll figure something out. But
there's a show there. I think.
There is. And then the government steps in once in a while, and they got to give their 2 cents.
Exactly. Yeah. So actually, that's a good point. So I'm going to do, like, the Peloton thing for me has been great. I really like it. It's new to our house, so jumping on there, doing a workout every once in a while, it's a little different. I didn't think I'd ever like it, but I actually I do like it. You got all your little data there showing you where you're winning and losing, or doing better than you did the previous day, or whatever. All those metrics are there for you to keep you motivated. They have a trainer right there on the screen in front of you too, to keep you motivated, which is kind of cool. You got other people who are on the side that are live with you, right? So they're high-fiving you across the wherever they are in the world. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And so anyway, so there's a lot of motivation there. But what I did last week is I just went on Facebook Live. I just threw my phone on a little stand beside me, and I just said, "Hey, let's see if this works," and it did. And a bunch of people, chimed in, high-fived, and whatever, and kept encouraging me to go on and stuff like that. But what I'll do is probably a few of those before the trek. But my wife was saying, he's like, you got to stand out. Obviously, someone like me doesn't care, so I'll get dressed up. I think we're going to do a few costume over the next few weeks and make sure people.
I know what you're willing to do.
People get their entertainment while they watch me sweat my what off.
Yeah.
But you got to stick yourself out there, and I think I don't care, right? So my wife's got a few wigs for me. I think I was Buddy the Elf one year, so I might be Buddy the Elf on the bike. Right. I might be Mr. Incredible, the Incredibles movie. Yeah. We have a whole family costume thing for Halloween the one year. And then last Halloween we did Harry Potter. Yeah. So I have a Harry Potter costume.
I know Christmas time you guys have a lot of fun too. I feel bad for your wife. I'm going to send her a Christmas gift this year.
She loves it, man. She loves that stuff. But yeah, it's a good way. It's one thing to just say, "Hey, I'm working out for Pellet. Can I have some money?" Yeah. But it's another thing for me to say, "Hey, look, I'm sweating my bag off here to try to get something going. Thanks for helping, or at least just encourage me a little bit. Throw some money at this cause as well." And everybody wins that way. So and then obviously try to entertain people as you're doing it, right?
Absolutely. Even when I teach my live streaming class, I tell my students, you got to stand out 5% more than everybody else. Yeah. If you want to be a live streamer like Ninja, you got to do better than him.
Yeah, you can't just dye your hair blue anymore.
Right, you can't do that. It's being good at something. So I do like, that's one thing I always liked about working with you too, is you're like, what if we do that? Like, you're constantly, our lunches used to be a lot of fun when we could have lunch.
There's no bad ideas.
No, and just brainstorming with you is always, I'd go away going, oh man, that's pretty cool. I wish I'd have thought of that, actually.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and you miss that, man. This COVID stuff is just, you know, kind of taking a, all this, so it is difficult to kind of connect with people. This is great. Your show is obviously built for, you know, stay at home, and
live streaming. What a great idea!
Yeah, who knew, eh? But
I say that often.
Yeah, it's just you know, connecting with people, like just saying hi. There's a funny skit I saw online the other day. It's just how awkward are we going to be around each other when we're back in social you know, norms again, right? At a hockey game or downtown at a restaurant, you see people and you're just like, how do I know that person? You know what I mean?
Right.
So
where?
Exactly. You just got to throw yourself in it. So that was the whole thing, you know, Michelle and I, because you're right. My fundraising stuff has all been trying to get people together, like Sarnia Sings and you know, the dueling pianos and all that stuff. Like it's about getting people inside, packing the house, and you know, rubbing elbows and high five and all that stuff. You can't do that. So how the heck do you fundraise in this kind of environment? And that's, not that it keeps me up at night, but it definitely challenges, you know, that part of the brain. So I thought, you know, try this Peloton thing, see if it works. It's obviously going to help me, you know, get in shape a bit, but if I can entertain people with some costume changes or something like that and get some dollars thrown my way, I'm all for it.
Awesome. Well, Adam, I think it's great what you do. I love when your stuff pops up. I pretty much stop what I'm doing, because I'm like, I get FOMO, like fear of missing out on what Adam Dumont's going to do here next, right? So
perfect.
I check that out, and I'm like, there he goes. He's doing it again.
Yeah, there he goes again.
Right on. Let's keep up with that guy. So that's great. And of course, there's always something attached, you know, for community support. And Sarnia Sings, man, it's still there. We'll figure something out there. And
it's a sad one, but we'll it's not. It's in the back of our minds. Anyone that's watching right now that knows about Sarnia Sings, go to Sarnia Sings on Facebook, look it up. You can see kind of our history and what it's done. It raises good money for great causes. It all stays local. And then, you know, it's a feel good night, and people come out of there better than they went in. So it's an unbelievable experience for people. So anyway, we haven't forgot about that. We're just obviously waiting for the right time, and geez, what a unbelievable time that's going to be. Have you thought about like the next show, what it's going to be like?
Right. Like,
I don't know. Like
they'll be lining up wanting to be a part of it. They'll be, they already were, right? But I mean, now this will be like,
I hope he didn't lose any momentum. You know, that's my fear, but I think there's enough people out there that know kind of what to expect. And
I think, you know, Adam, the pandemic will give it some momentum. You know, anything that's going to be public again, like concerts, and it'll be, and I think, and with your creativity and my voice,
in heaven, man.
We'll have a lot of fun on it for sure. I wouldn't even worry about that. I think it'll be wonderful. But thanks so much for all you do in our community, Adam, and I look forward to the next time we can have lunch. The first one's on me. All right.
Awesome, buddy. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome. Adam Dumont, always a great part of our community, and he doesn't just get involved in other things. He creates things like Sarnia Sings. He created all of that, put it all together. And I'm not lying when I say he's super creative. And when he pops up, I'm like, I got to watch that, because I'm going to miss something if I don't. And great to have him a part of our community. And he's going to lose some weight. He's going to be healthy. He'll be able to go out and kick some butt when he's all done riding the bicycle and hiking as well. Visit him online. His Facebook is Adam Dumont. He's also part of Royal LePage, so you can find him there as well. And there'll be a link for you to click on and donate to his cause as well. So thanks again, Adam. All right. Well, it's been a great talk as always. And just before we go, I got to say a reminder, if I can get my mouse working here. There we go. Don't forget us motorcycle riders. We are out on the road. And drive aware, ride aware. And for those of you and us, me included, who ride motorcycles, we got to be just as aware of what's going on out there as well. It's a two-way street, pun intended. So keep an eye out for the motorcycles. And a special shout out to my friends at Oswald's Diner, who took us on a great ride yesterday. And we're going to be doing some more rides, so we can at least get out and do that. And I'm very grateful. Both Jennifer and I are very slow down. Jennifer and I are very grateful for all of that. And we do appreciate being able to ride as well. All right. Well, that's all the time I got for you this week. Have a great week and an even better weekend. I will see you next time right here on the show. Bye now.